Gotta love these people, right? You gotta love these people. All right, guys, are we back? Are we back? Call 911. All right, are we back? We back. We're back because Young just subscribed for 15 months. Yeah. All right, so chat, let me know the last thing you heard. Last thing I know before it paused, and wait before we start over because I think they got to refresh, was when I saw it pause and Yunk was asking Sap Daddy what his favorite pizza topping was, and that's when everything paused on my end. So I don't know if it's when it paused on your all's end or not. Okay, that was. Okay, it was the same spot. All right, so I guess we'll pick up from there. Let's go back to that question, Yunk.
Yeah. All right, favorite pizza topping.
Okay, so the favorite pizza topping is actually jalapenos, but we're gonna add pepperoni to it.
Okay, so the pizza is pepperoni and jalapenos.
I would love that.
And then
sounds great.
And then, would you consider adding pineapple to it?
Not a chance in the world. Pineapple does not belong on pizza.
I like it, especially with the jalapenos. I think it tastes great together, but that's just an opinion, right? Just an opinion.
I think that's why I asked it, was because we were talking about that combination a few weeks ago.
Opinions or a pizza?
Yes.
To each their own.
All right, and your favorite book?
The whole Lord of the Rings Hobbit series, the 6 books.
Read them all. Awesome.
So you're saying we should have done a Lord of the Rings theme?
Well,
I
say I read the 4 books, and I tried to read like the history of Middle Earth, the Silmarillion, stuff like that. I just couldn't get through it. So I read the Hobbit and I read the 3 Lord of the Rings books, but I couldn't handle the other ones. It was just too much. It was like reading Genesis in the Bible. It was Frodo begot. It's not like that, but it's basically like that. It's
bunch of words that I don't understand.
Yeah, I couldn't pronounce half the names. It's like I'm sitting there trying to read these, and I thought I was on. Of course, I wasn't streaming on Twitch at the time. I didn't even know what Twitch was, but it was like now trying to read some of the people's name that come into Twitch chat that follow you, and you're like, is that Fro G Man 83? You can't. You didn't. And then you see it. I'll say, oh, it's Frogman. I see that now, but it takes your brain a second to kind of get it. Except they're 10 times worse.
But I love when you're like, oh, what is that name?
And it's simple.
Kendra Elise, and they're like, yeah, that's Kendra Elise, but you can call me Mandy.
Or
Virginia. Remember
that? Had a baby. It's a boy. See, I read that right off the bat. But yeah, I would have probably struggled with that. Oh my God! Welcome to my chat. Hairy feet. Hairy feet. Are we talking about hobbits?
Hobbits.
The hobbits do have hairy
feet.
Nasty hobbitses. Hairy feetses. Yeah, that's a little bit of Star Wars mixed with it there. The worst character ever in Star Wars.
Yeah, that's the hard part, because I think I mixed like 7 different characters.
That's fine. It's Cringelese.
I heard Golem. That's who I heard.
Hobbitses.
Oh, that's what I was going for that time.
Now, you did good. I was the one that mixed it up with little Jar Jar Binks there. But that's all right. All right, so we talked about doing Star Wars stuff. I don't even know if you can hear the music. It's barely playing in the background, but we've got a little bit of Star Wars music playing in the background. But anyway, Roy McKraken legend, Kendra is a bad girl. No, you should have made her a mod, then she'd quit being timed out all the time. That's what you could have done. Earlier today, Stoney raided Mr. Dan, and I told Mr. Dan this for like a week, and as early as yesterday, I told him he has a bot in his chat that reads out loud every single thing you say, right? And I said, dude, it's going to get you in trouble sooner or later. Something bad's going to happen. Sure enough, it happened today. He got raided, and the thing about broke.
That might be the best first-time chat
That's
I've
pretty
ever
good.
seen
That's
in my
pretty
life.
good. It's my first time here, and I just want to say, Sap and Young, like you could kill me just by looking at me, but now I realize you guys are just lovable nerds. Yeah, but Sap Daddy's military grade nerd. Okay, we got to get that.
Grade nerd, yes,
we got to get that. We got to get that.
I'm also a squad leader.
Oh my gosh. So I was getting ready to say, we were going to talk about some Star Wars stuff tonight. That's why we got the different fonts, all this stuff. So a little bit different thing here. I know Young could talk to you, dude, about your experience with Star Wars, and you know, I don't think he even asked a question about how old you are anymore. But you don't have to, if you don't want to answer, it's fine, dude. But how old are you, dude?
I'm 29. I will
29.
be 30 in September.
September. What? Mine's September 24th. Is it close?
Mine's 6th.
Pretty close. So 29 years old. You just watched Star Wars for the first time when?
2020.
Okay, so 2 years ago. 2 years ago, watched it. And when you say
Yep.
you watched Star Wars, what did you watch? Like all of them, the prequels, the new ones. What'd you
Yeah,
watch?
so I watched them in order of the timeline I found online. Had a coworker at the time that was really, really into them and would always talk about them. And to be honest, I felt so out of the dark. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to watch them all the way through. So I have something to talk to him about. And then I just kind of got addicted to them. Probably the first the first one was kind of like okay,
Yeah.
and the second one, in the order, I was like, okay, I could probably get into this, and then I just watched them all the way through.
So the first one you watched, was it episode 1?
Yeah, I
Okay.
started in like chronological order.
Okay. Okay, I got you. I'm with you. So there's a thing out there too. It's guy had a YouTube out there that you could watch them, and it basically took the prequels and took out any scenes where young Anakin Skywalker spoke, and took out any scenes where Jar Jar Binks was even in the movies. And when you do that, it turns into a pretty good movie. Like you literally cut every time little Anakin speaks and every time Jar Jar Binks has a scene. Jay, thank you for the prime sub. I appreciate that. And it actually turns into pretty decent. And he had a YouTube where you could watch him, and all 3 of the first movies took like 3.5 hours to watch all of them. That was the whole thing. And it like flowed together like it was made that way. It was actually pretty decent. But so you've watched those. You've watched all the way up through the new ones that have been out.
Yeah, and the 2 shows on Disney Plus as well.
Okay, and that's the thing too. So we're going to talk about some of these. So if we ask a question about like one of the new shows, just if you guys like it, if you've watched them, something like that, let's try not to get into too much detail about them because a lot of people haven't watched those, and I hate to spoil it for them. Mainly Young, because he said he'd kill us if we spoil the Boba Fett and the Mandalorian for him, because he hasn't watched them yet. He's behind, but that's okay. That's okay. I feel like if we spoil something from Star Wars for you that came out in the 70s, then that's your fault. Okay. At this point. Now, Sab Daddy, you said you watched episodes 4, 5, 6, and the new movies.
Correct.
Okay, but not 1, 2, and 3, right?
No, I haven't watched 1, 2, and 3, and I have not. I've not watched any of the series.
Okay.
The newer series.
Okay. I'll tell you what. With that, and Young, how much of the movies have you watched? You watched all of them?
I've seen them all.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I've seen them all, and I've been watching the Clone Wars series, and I'm almost done with season 4, and I think I just started last week.
And there's 7 seasons, right? I think.
Yeah, and there's 22 episodes a season, so yeah, I've watched almost 80 episodes in a week.
I have caught bits and pieces of those. My kids watched all of them, but I've never sit down. I've watched whole episodes, but I've never like sit down and watch seasons. I hear they're as good or better than the movies, to be honest. You think are they worth watching?
Yeah, absolutely. I will say there's definitely some throwaway episodes, which I think you're gonna get with anything, especially with that many episodes. But there's so many sub stories that that most people, including myself, had no freaking clue. And one of the things we'll get to with one of the questions that we ask, I'll cover one of the things about one of the characters.
Hey, Animal tells you to stop rewatching The Sopranos, Young. How have you not seen the Book of Boba Fett? So before we get into Star Wars stuff, tell us about The Sopranos. Is that something you've watched more than once?
Yeah. I rewatched The Sopranos, I don't know, like 4 or 5 months ago. But that's the first time I've rewatched it.
I've never watched it to begin with, so I'm behind. I need to watch that, I guess.
It's great, and I feel like it stands up to time, and the only reason I rewatched is because they came out with a prequel movie.
Once a month, he
think, last
rewatches
year.
it. Oh, they did. That's right, they did.
Yeah.
Night Sky says he loves Clone Wars. Clone Wars is good. Yeah, and you have a character from there that's going to show up on another show that we're not going to talk about, but that character from there will show up. So you'll see crossovers between the TV shows, the Disney Plus shows, the cartoons, the movies, all that stuff. So I tell you what, here's some questions. I got some topics I want to talk about. So we got different perspectives, different levels of knowledge with it, different movies you've seen, TV shows, books, comics. So outside of Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker, take those characters off the board. Who's your favorite character from either one of the movies, books, TV shows, games, whatever, that's not Vader? And Yunk has something to add to that one.
Can it be Anakin?
No, that's still Darth Vader.
Okay.
Spoiler, that's still Darth Vader. Okay. So, Sap Daddy, from the movies you've watched or any Star Wars universe, not Luke Skywalker, not Darth Vader, who's your favorite character other than those?
Oh wow. It's got to be Chewbacca, right?
He's good. Chewbacca's the lovable guy, right? That'll rip your arms out.
I love his banter with Han Solo all the time when you can't even understand what he's saying, but
Han does, exactly.
But Han does, yeah.
Right. I saw some in chat. Cade Bane, and if I say some of these names wrong, it's like reading. Reading, people coming into the Twitch like we talk about. Revan, dude, if you scare it, it'll focus. We found that out from Who Dat Lady. If you just
camera's a pain.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, one of the first things to do is make sure autofocus is always off. Yeah, but it's all right. It'll be all right. They can hear you loud and clear, and it's not that. It's just barely out of focus.
Bill of the Hat.
Yeah, it might be. It really might be.
Yeah,
it might be. So, dude, from the movies you saw, other than Luke's, and they may not have been your favorite characters, but taking I guess traditionally what the two favorite characters would be, Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader out. Who was another favorite character? What was it?
I was just gonna, kind of roll with Chewbacca as well.
Chewbacca.
But just grew up. My dad was a big Star Wars guy, and he always would buy like Chewbacca toys and stuff for me when I was younger. And then I don't know, we have a running joke with our golden doodle that she looks like a little mini Chewbacca, so I'd probably have to say Chewie for sure.
Have you ever seen one of those little dogs that's actually, they've taken them and had them groomed and cut to look like Chewbacca and got the collars and stuff that match like the thing he had around his chest? It's pretty funny, but
yeah, we almost did that. We got a real fluffy like our first year, and she looked like really, really close. It was really funny.
So Chewbacca's an awesome character. I see something in chat: Darth Maul, Revan, Lando, best betrayal. Lando was the best betrayal. Okay, he came back to be a hero, though, right? He did. C3PO. You got me confused. CP30,
right?
What edition of Star Wars are we looking at here? Cade Bane is a bounty hunter who is, if you know any of the games, comics, cartoons, is awesome, and not to spoil anything, but you might see that character pop up somewhere else too. It's pretty awesome. See who else? Obi-Wan. Nobody said Obi-Wan. All right, so Mini Chewie is Ewok. Got some questions around that in a minute. You got a picture of, you know what? I had a Chewbacca costume. I actually had Chewbacca. One didn't have a Chewbacca thing. I could have worn that. You didn't tell me. I had one. So, Yunk, what about you? Favorite character outside of Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader?
So it's a new one to me, and AJ actually spoiled it earlier, because we were talking about Clone Wars, and it's Ahsoka. She is Anakin Skywalker's Padawan during the Clone Wars. And I don't know, it's just, her character is just awesome. She is such a little badass.
Yeah.
And it's funny the things that she takes after Anakin, and just kind of,
she got a little evil streak without going to the dark side.
Yeah, exactly. Like she's right on that line. So yeah, I
Taggerjet is totally lost right now. We could be sitting here talking about computer parts right now, and it wouldn't be any more foreign to him. And then all Kendra says, "I love cannolis." Okay. Rocket, what's going on? Same. Okay, so my favorite character, and we're talking about expanded universe, could be from a movie, a book, anything, is the same as what Animal put in there. It has to be Revan 100%. Darth Revan is the best character in Star Wars universe. And if you don't know the games, if you don't know the books, the stories, there's even things in some of the movies and shows about it that mention it. But when we get to the part about the games, I might expand a little more on why Darth Revan. But so when we had the picture up for the stream and we put it on Twitter, we said who were the 3 characters in it. One of those was Darth Revan. Darth Revan was the character with the 2 different colored lightsabers. And there's a story behind why he has 2 different colored lightsabers. So he was dark side and light side, kind of tried to bring balance to the Force, kind of the way Anakin was meant to begin with. It was pretty amazing. But anyway, one person answered that. Well, actually, 2 people answered it. One was correct, and the other one was basically it's Garth Brooks. So, I don't think it was Garth Brooks. I'm confused. I haven't watched any Star Wars ever. All right, PA Tony, you and Tigerjet can go hang out in Discord and talk to each other and make fun of us if you want. So we can
PA Tony, STFU, bro.
So that would be mine. Revan is definitely my favorite character. But if it had to be in one of the movies, the mainstream movies that everybody has probably seen, man, Han Solo's. I don't know how you can't go with Han Solo, and it's kind of for the same reason Sap said. The banter he has with everybody, not just with Chewie, but I mean he's the cowboy. He's the cowboy of all of it, and of course Boba Fett's pretty awesome there too. Did we lose Sap Daddy? We may have lost Sap Daddy. I don't know what happened. Maybe he just went to his be right back screen, and that's where he's going to be at. We're not sure.
Well, just to go off of Han Solo, I mean, he's responsible for one of the worst scenes in the franchise and one of the saddest moments in the franchise for me. So,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So all of you have seen the new ones, right? I mean, it's the heart-wrenching scenes. If you watch any of the Star Wars, I don't know how it was for you, dude, watching them just 2 years ago, but I know we talked to Sap a little bit before we started, and you grew up on those original 3 movies. I mean, that was like Star Wars lore, those 3 movies. And when you saw him, get gunned down in the new ones, or by his son, lightsaber there, that was crazy, It's a little
Yeah,
nuts.
I mean, I didn't even grow up on them, but it affected me a little bit. I definitely felt a certain type of way for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I thought, other than being a little too whiny, I thought the Kylo Ren character was pretty awesome. He was a little too whiny, in my opinion. We got to pull up Most Dangerous Sith. Uh-oh. Are these just made up? No. Okay, we got Darth Plagueis, Revan. Well, I mean, there's not even a question. I'm just hitting the bottom one. Artem, what's going on? All right, so we got another question here while we're getting this poll going. All right, so if you've ever played a Star Wars game, and maybe you haven't, so this may not be a good question, but if you've ever played a Star Wars game, what was the first one you played, and what was the best one you played? So, Sap, you ever played a Star Wars game? You are muted, sir. Still muted. Hey, well, while he's figuring that out, dude, you ever played a Star Wars game?
I've only played one. I played Fallen Order. I played it for the first time, actually, when I kind of took my little Twitch hiatus there for a little bit in like the winter. So I played it off and on the start of this year.
Right.
Still not all the way through it. There's a lot to it, but the graphics and the storyline, everything is just so great about it. I mean, I was addicted to it there for a little bit, even YouTubing how to beat certain things, and it's just I was blown away by that.
That's the newest one. That the character on it is played by the guy that was on TV show Gotham, right? And the guy that played
Yep.
the Joker in Gotham. Yeah.
Yep. And he
Yeah.
was on Shameless on
Okay.
Showtime.
I've never seen Shameless on there, but I know I saw him on Gotham. That's really. I didn't play all the way through it either. I played for about 2 hours on it, and I don't know why I didn't finish the thing, but it is a really good game. That's I guess, other than the new Lego Star Wars games that just came out, the saga, I guess that's the newest one that's out. So
Yep.
we'll test Sap Daddy one more time. Can you hear us, Sap Daddy?
I can. Can you guys hear
Yeah,
me?
we hear you now. We hear you now.
So I think my camera went through an update right in the middle of all this stuff.
That's awesome,
And-
man.
and- yeah, like that's what caused my my OBS to cut out, and it also kept reconnecting to Discord. And
It's all good now.
anyways,
We can hear you.
the Fallen Empire, wasn't that the most recent?
The Fallen Order, I believe it was. That's the one doing
Fallen
something.
Order,
Yeah.
yeah. Yep, that's the most recent. That's the only one I've actually ever played that
Okay.
I can remember.
Okay. So we got some here in chat. They said, let me scroll up here. X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. Animal, I feel like me and you need to have some more conversations about some stuff, man. We've had similar experiences with Star Wars and the games and all these things. Jedi Fallen Order, no doubt the best one for me, Jay Higgy says. See if we got some more up through here. We got Blessed a couple times. Rowdy Sapper. I will cut you, Sal. We got, let's see. We got any other games mentioned in here? Shirts versus skins. Nope. We're not. Military grade shirts versus skins is not happening tonight. Lego Star Wars, they're awesome, Robrad. So Yunk, have you ever played in the Star Wars games?
Oh yeah. So my first experience, like, that I can really remember is Star Wars Unleashed. The first one and the second one. I thought those were both awesome.
Hey,
Anytime that you could run around wielding a lightsaber, it's gonna be a good game.
is it? You
Um,
talking about the Force Unleashed games? Is that what you're talking about?
yep.
So, a little thing we were talking a minute ago about the guy who plays in the new one. Do you know the character they used for that one? What TV shows he was on? Any ideas?
No.
So, have you ever watched? And Lord have mercy, I just lost the name of it, but it's a TV show where one of them's a ghost, one of them's a werewolf, and one of them's a vampire. And there was a British version of it and then an American version. And they all lived together. And the ghost couldn't leave the house. And then one of them was a werewolf, one of them was a vampire. He's the vampire. He's the vampire in that. Gosh, I even watched every episode and I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, it was on Sci-Fi Channel. Gosh, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, put that in chat. So, but Being Human, there you go. Animal knew it right off the bat. Being Human.
Of course he did.
Yeah. So the guy who they use as a character model in that does, and I can't remember the game enough to know if there's voice acting in it or not. It's just a little bit older game, but that's him. Sam Witwer. Okay. All right. There you go. So maybe you got to watch Boba Fett and Mandalorian before you go watch that show, though, Young. I see the look on your face. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Star Killer. That's his name. That's
Mhm.
right. So that was my first experience, but the most experience is Fallen Order, and I played that all the way through. I think actually to 100%, if I'm not mistaken. Meaning I did all the side quests and everything. Oh yeah, I spent hours on it because that was another one of the games that I played when I was off for surgery. So yeah, like dude said, I easily became obsessed with it.
Awesome. So for me, I've been a Star Wars fan for as long as I can remember. The first movie I saw, the first live action movie I ever saw in a theater was Empire Strikes Back. And so the games, whenever any Star Wars game came out, I was all over. And the first Star Wars game I played would have been Empire Strikes Back on, was it on Atari, I believe? Or, and it was horrific. There was like there was a walker and coming across and you would shoot it. I mean, it was bad. But that's all you had back then. Okay, so for me, there's a lot of amazing Star Wars games out there, and I do like those new ones you guys were talking about. But again, Animal put this one in chat. Knights of the Old Republic for me, and Knights of the Old Republic 2 are the best Star Wars movie or games rather that I've ever played, and that's where you learn about Revan in those games, and it's pretty awesome if you hadn't read any of the books. And then the online game, the multiplayer online game, Knights of the Star Wars: The Old Republic, which is awesome. If you guys have never played it, it's free to play. If you don't want to get into like the end game, like World of Warcraft, where you're raiding and stuff, you just want to play a Star Wars story, you can play that part for free, and you can pick any character and play like a Jedi, a Sith, Mandalorian, whatever you want, and play all the way through it. But you get to pick like the old BioWare games, if you ever played Mass Effect, things like that. You get to pick whether you want to get on the light or the dark side, and all your people turn to the light or dark side. So it's always cool to take a, say like a Jedi, and then turn them evil by the end of the game, and their eyes are red, their faces all cracked, and there's cutscenes when you're on ships and stuff where you just like, you're a good Jedi and you turn around and kill half the people there, and it's like the looks on their faces, it's just amazing. So yeah, those are the best ones for me. Knights of the Old Republic and the online Star Wars: The Old Republic. I guess because I like to act like I'm good but do bad things, maybe. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. Strongest Jedi of all
What's the
time.
online game called?
Star Wars: The Old Republic. It's up and running right now. We could literally hop on and start it after stream. I've got like 7 characters on there. Yeah, it's free to play. You can get it on I think EA Play or Steam, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Yoda, Luke Skywalker, Revan, Obi-Wan, or other. Oh, it's still Revan. I gotta vote. The old Revan. All right, so this will be a simple question, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Young for some questions. I got a couple more, but this is the last one I'm gonna ask until we go through some that Young's got. Simple question. You guys have all seen the new movies, but going back to the original 3, okay? And when I say original 3, that was 4, 5, and 6 that came out first. So in part 6, we had a planet that Luke and Leia and I guess Han and Chewie and all of them went to, right? And it was the moon of Endor, and it was inhabited by these little furry creatures called Ewoks. I got a simple question. If you want to elaborate on it, you can, or you can just give me an answer. Ewoks, lovable little creatures or spawns of Satan? What do you think, Sab Daddy?
Lovable little creatures. You gotta. I mean, they just look lovable.
Okay, all right. You can be wrong, dude. What's your theory on it?
I would have to agree. When I see those, I just want to grab them and just like cuddle them. It's like I just want to grab them.
Okay.
So I would agree with
It's
that.
like my dog.
Yeah.
My dog is like
100%.
an Ewok.
Ewoks will jump you like 10 deep. Is what Cash just put in there.
He's not wrong.
We like it a little rough.
So Young, what do you think?
Oh, Sapper just said like the worst thing in the world, like leading to me answering this.
I know, that's why I asked you next.
Oh, I wish they would have cut their heads off with lightsabers.
Yes.
Oh, I can't stand the Ewoks. They're so cringe.
Gotta do la.
Oh, I feel like, and the fact that they fell for 3CPO's trick and stuff, they're just idiots.
So I heard that, and maybe some of you guys, maybe Night Sky might know this, or Animal, somebody that's like really heavy into Star Wars might know this better than me. I hope Stream just did it again. I got red down here again. This is crazy. I don't know what's going on. Let me make sure I'm not downloading something. Let me make sure I don't have anything on. I don't think so. Stream still up and good?
I think we're good.
Okay.
I think we're good.
All right. When that movie was originally written, they claimed that George Lucas, that planet was supposed to be full of, what's Chewbacca? I'm losing my Wookiees. It was supposed to be Wookiees there, not Ewoks. And it got changed. because they thought the Wookiees were too violent and people wouldn't it wouldn't appeal to kids as much. But let's go back here. Ewoks, when you first meet them, they're trying to roast the people and eat them. Okay, let's go back to that. They're trying to eat Luke Skywalker. They're going to eat him. Okay, let's go back to that. And like he said, C-3PO has to pretend like he's a god to scare them into subservient, into basically saying, okay, we won't eat you, we'll do your bidding. They got to be the evilest things that have been in Star Wars, next to the Sith, in my opinion. And like you said, look how much damage they did to the freaking Empire, and how much they, you think they just had all them traps and just build them because they're like, hey, this is going to happen? They had them ready. Okay, these are some conniving little demons, is what I'm thinking. It's just my opinion, though.
So cute. Still cute.
Yeah.
Just like gremlins when you add water to them.
Right. Yeah, exactly. There you go. They do. They look like Mogwai on steroids.
Yeah, they do. But Wicked, nice guy says Wicked is my dude. So that little guy, they kind of made him seem like he didn't want to do any bad, even from the beginning. Like he wasn't down with the whole "let's eat these people" thing. But I feel like if it would have happened, he would have ate a leg. Okay, he would have did it. Let's just say he was there. All right, he would have been one of those 10. He wouldn't have been the number 1, but he would have been number 10 on that 10 deep right there. Okay, he would have been there. He would have been there.
I feel like, is there anybody left in the chat? Because I feel like I just ran everybody away.
So no one else in the chat feels like, except Casio, feels like the Ewoks are bad news.
Right? They're
Average
like, "Oh,
Joker,
Young said-"
22 months. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Oh, Young said he wanted to cut an Ewok's head off. We're out. Like, that's the worst thing I've ever said. Come on.
But guys, I will tell you, Star Wars: The Old Republic is an older game. It's been out for quite a few years. But one of the things you get to do in that is you get to be as evil as you want to be. Okay, I feel like that's maybe something we need to play together, and because when you do these missions, you can take 4 people, and you each get a vote when something's getting ready to happen. And you can save a ship by jettisoning all the people out to make it lighter, or sacrificing somebody, or you could do something good and try to save everybody. And I always pick the bad things. And you see the look on the people's eyes, and then all of a sudden your character's eyes will turn red, and veins will pop out, and you're just, it's amazing. It's amazing. It really is. Probably the best story of any game I played related to Star Wars. Even better than Jedi The Fallen Order as far as the story goes. It is amazing. And every story is different depending on what character you pick. And you can make your own characters. That's pretty cool. And I don't know if you can cut Ewoks' heads off, but we can make it happen.
That sounds awesome, because I don't know if anybody played the Fable series.
Absolutely, I played every one of them.
Yeah, you could do the same thing. You can
Chicken chaser,
a good guy or a bad guy, and my guy always ended up with horns. Always.
Absolutely. I did try to replay it as doing the good answers just to see what would happen. I hated it.
Boring.
It was boring.
Boring.
It's boring. It was so boring. So, Yuck, I know you got a few questions before we get back to any of mine if we got time, so go for it.
Should I start with the controversial one first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh no.
All right, so we're just gonna have a conversation about this. Leia and Luke, as we all know, brother and sister, but prior to, they had a nice little kissing scene at one point.
Yeah, bro.
So is that where that started?
Maybe it's not her stepbrother though. It's her brother.
Yeah, it's funny though, because I don't know why when I think about that, it automatically goes to the movie we watched a couple weeks ago, Joe Dirt.
What are you doing, step bro?
Can we go back to pretending I'm your sister?
I'm your sister.
So-
Monster Pole. What? Oh, Ewoks, Gremlins, Stay Puft, Marshmallow Man, Ghoulies. Ghoulies. Okay.
Oh, are those the toilet people?
Yes, they were.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they came out of the toilet. So, all right. So back to your question there. What's the question about it?
So the question is, was Leia really into Luke before they found out they were siblings? Was that kiss real? Was she doing it just to piss off Han? What are your thoughts on that, dude?
Hmm.
Ooh, talk about a loaded question there.
What she said.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it was just like maybe heat of the moment thing. A lot just happened. It could also have been to piss Han off too. I think a little bit of that because there was definitely that banter in those movies for sure between those two. So I feel like it could be a mixture of both. It definitely threw me for a loop when I watched them through. I was like, oh, they're brother and sister. That's kind of fucked up. But it's like, but I mean, we didn't know that at the time. But yeah, that's tough. I would probably say just kind of the heat of the moment, but also kind of to piss Han off a little bit, I think.
I like it. I like it. Zap, what about you?
Well, I am a bit of a hopeless romantic, and I actually think that it was a genuine encounter. All the stuff leading up to it, the stuff they had been through. Obviously, they didn't know that they were related at the time, and it just kind of happened. And I like to think it was a genuine. Y'all gotta stop with the chat. No, I definitely think it was genuine. I think 100%. And then obviously you find out later words and you kind of cringe a little bit, but I don't know. Yeah, definitely weird after the fact, but at the moment, you know.
Oh no, I dig it. I dig it absolutely.
Oh,
Roy, where are you at on this? It was
I'm-
kind of hot.
I'm
Iggy says.
kind of with Sap on this. I think the way they wrote it and the way the characters acted it in up until they left from Hoth with the snow planet there in Empire Strikes Back. I think it was legitimately, they thought there was some kind of chemistry there. But I do think also that there was a little bit of she was trying to just play the jealousy card with Han Solo, and because usually always happened. I think if we go back and look at the movies, I may be wrong. I think it only happened once without him around. I think other times it was with him there just to make him mad. So I don't know, but yeah, they didn't know they were brother and sister, which is crazy when you go think about the whole premise of Star Wars and the Force. They should have known that like the whole time. So you know what I'm saying? What's that, Yuck?
That's exactly where I was going. Was damn it, Joker. Joker says the only real question is, did Luke's lightsaber go off during the kiss? Oh, that's fantastic.
And Kendra mentioned you realize none of us know what you're talking about. I don't say none of us.
But did
A
Leia
lot
know
of
that
you.
she had the Force?
Not then. Not until, at least in the movies, not until Return of the Jedi.
So there's your counter argument to the Force being the all-knowing.
I guess her midichlorians. Never mind. You haven't seen the first three, so never mind.
And that's like we're kind of tiptoeing towards plot holes a little bit.
There's
Hey,
you can rip Star Wars apart in every movie. They're all horrible if you want to rip them apart. You know what I mean? TJ21 gifting a sub to Walltown. Thank you, man. Gift to 48 subs. It's amazing. Thank you, sir. Yeah, every one of the movies, like the new ones, one of the big things for me was like that whole deal with Leia when she was going outside in space and coming back. That was crazy. And then another one I thought was crazy in the new movies was, God, what's the character's name? He plays on Moon Knight now. What's his character's name in the X-Wing fighter pilot? Poe. Poe goes from being leader of the X-Wing, leader of the fighters, to being an absolute idiot in that movie, like losing his mind. And then that was a little ridiculous. But there's a lot of plot things that are crazy, like the whole Luke Skywalker thing and just, why'd he just give up? Who knows? But whatever. I enjoyed the movies. There were, there's horrible parts in all of them, but I enjoyed them.
Right.
Poe
Yeah,
Dameron, there you
go. About so many things. But I will say, like, one thing to me that just seemed weird it seemed like Luke was a little kid compared to Leia, like age wise. It seemed like they were very far
Even though they're
apart,
twins.
even though they're twins.
Yeah. I wonder how their
Which
ages are in real life, like what their age difference was.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe that's something somebody could
So-
look up in chat. Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill, what was their age difference? Obviously, Carrie Fisher's passed on, but what was their age difference? I thought I looked it up before. I thought it was 2 years, but I may be wrong.
Yeah.
I thought Carrie Fisher was older by 2 years. But in the movies, it did seem like he was so much younger than her. It really did.
Yeah, so that was one of the things. And then what Sapper said, like you've got the Force. You can sense it. You can't tell me 2 years later Luke can sense that Leia's his sister, but he couldn't do it then, or he was just a little too distracted by his lightsaber. I don't
Hey,
know.
we have the
19 and
answer.
24?
Night Skies answered it.
19 and 24.
They were raised differently, Yuck. One was a farmer's boy, and the other was a princess like Tiger Jet.
Yeah, 19 and 24.
Okay, so they were 5 years apart.
Yeah, and,
Okay.
and that kind of makes sense. Like you can see that difference because 19, you're still kind of a kid. So
But she was
I
the
don't
one
know.
that was 19.
Oh, never mind.
Really?
Interesting.
Carrie was younger.
was younger.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Carrie was a heavy smoker. I'm just going on a limb and say that.
Maybe.
What are you talking about?
That's one thing. Like, I don't know if y'all are Superman fans, but the original Superman movies, I still love those. I would still watch them. But the lady that plays Lois Lane in that, she must smoke 6 packs a day. I mean, and back then that was just, hey, let's go for it. Let's smoke cigarettes all the time, and that sound like this, and hey, that was just the way it was. But I don't know, maybe she wasn't. But Carrie, she looked older, and she was the younger one. She was 19 when they made the movies. Interesting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, just an interesting topic and different views. So I like that. Let's see here. So one of my other questions was going to be, who's your favorite supporting character? We already kind of talked about that. So on the opposite of that, who is the most overrated character in your opinion?
Can this be hated character too? Are we rolling this into one?
No, because
no.
you
This
don't
is-
need to. No, because you're just going to talk about Jar Jar.
Oh, absolutely, that was.
I'm we'll give you a separate chance to talk about Jar Jar. How about that?
Oh, so this is a character that people like, but you necessarily don't. Is that pretty much it?
Or like, yeah, or like has a big role or appears to be, but like really in all actuality,
Kind of
get it
like,
done without him.
Indiana Jones has no part in the movies.
Exactly.
You've never seen that on Big Bang Theory when she ruins it for him. It's like, if Indiana Jones wasn't in this movie, it would end the exact same.
I completely
you never-
forgot about that.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. She's like, yeah, if he didn't have been there, they would have still found the Ark. They would have still went there. They would have still opened it. They would have still all died, and it would still be in that government facility. He played no part in this movie, and he's just like crushed. And I mentioned that because George Lucas is part of Raiders of the Lost Ark as well. But
No, I did seriously completely forgot about that. All right, Sapper, who's your most overrated character?
I mean, so I don't. I'm gonna have to say that I don't analyze the movies as deeply as you guys do and like understand roles, and I watch it just for the movie strictly. But if I had to pick somebody that I don't, I'm probably gonna get some backlash for this.
Nope.
That I didn't really like, that I didn't think was I don't know, maybe as important. Han Solo's to me. I number one, I didn't like the way he treated Chewbacca, and he was also just a hothead. You know what I'm saying? So, Han Solo was my is my choice.
Thinking about that.
remember, Young, it's okay to have different opinions. Don't go crazy.
No. I'm literally just processing. No, I'm fine with that answer. And I mean that was kind of one that passed through my head too. So no, I can totally see that. There's
Shut the.
oh my god.
That's a good
I
one.
mean, just at my throat.
But Joker, Jabba's overrated. Like, seriously, who is that guy really going to chase if everyone just told him to F off? Thank you. Thank you, because I was watching the Clone Wars and there's the Hutts, and I'm like, why are these guys powerful? Just walk away.
Just walk away. That's great.
Just walk away.
When you watch the new shows, I was thinking the same thing. When you watch those,
Yep.
you'll see more Huts, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
why?
first thing
Why are
that popped in my
people? Why do people? They're a big slug. I mean, just move on. Are they going to chase you down? They don't even. They even have hands. They got like T-Rex arms. They can't. I mean,
Right?
no.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, Lord.
All right, dude. How about you? Overrated character.
I did enjoy Anakin. Like young Anakin was not great at all, and then like even as he's like got older in episode 2 and 3, I just like just kind of annoyed by the character. Like I don't know. I think that's probably the biggest overrated part for me as far as like a character is concerned. But yeah, I would have to say Anakin.
Yeah, I know people, and Roy talked about it earlier about them, like when the guy edited the versions on YouTube, taking him out. I feel horrible for the kid actor that played him, because he was set up to fail immediately because everybody was already against the prequels and all that other stuff, and then to have him,
I thought he actually was a
basically-
pretty decent actor in it,
he was,
but he was horribly written. Like it was bad, but he
Yeah,
did all
but he
right.
was-
But it was not like the whole prequels is like, seriously. If you go back and watch them, and I know you haven't seen them, Sad, but I say this on stream probably once every 2 or 3 streams. It reminds me of the old TV shows where you're overacting everything to get somebody to hear your conversation, like yelling from the other room, "Oh no, I sure didn't go out last night." Every character in that acts like that. They like overact every word, except for, I thought Liam Neeson and McGregor. I thought those guys. I thought they did. I thought Obi-Wan and Qui. I thought they did pretty good, and Darth Maul was awesome. But
That's
yeah,
why
Guess
we
I'm
need
gonna have
more
to check 'em
Qui-Gon
out
Jinn.
now, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
But for the actor, like to me, all I could see was the same kid that was in Jingle All the Way. I feel like he was just
Yep.
playing the same part.
He was
Like-
100%.
There was no difference between the way he acted in that and this one. But then to find out, like, that kid life sucked after that. And
See, I haven't read any of
just-
that. That's horrible.
I didn't know that.
yeah, I went down a rabbit. Oh my gosh, he got harassed in school nonstop and everything. Like, he went into really bad depression, was on suicide watch when he got a little bit older. Like, all this stuff. It was dark. Apparently he's doing better now, but I mean, he quit acting like then. I think that was it. But Roy, what about you?
God, I could go on for an hour on this subject. So, but let's keep in mind overrated character. You said overrated, so is it bad that I think Luke Skywalker?
Not at all.
I thought until we got to Return of the Jedi, he was, and maybe this is what they wanted you to think, was the whiniest character that I didn't even want to see on screen, to be honest. Like, it was,
I could see that.
he didn't do a bad job, and maybe that was but go back and watch the first Star Wars. And when I say first, what I'm talking about episode 4 is when they came out in the theater.
Mhm.
And watch him when he's whining to Uncle Ben there about, no, I don't want to do this. I mean, it was
Mhm.
not great. And I make fun of the prequels sometimes, even though there's some great parts in those movies. But Mark Hamill, and maybe he was literally acting that way, but we go back and he was what, 24? We said, is that what it was when he made the movie?
Yeah.
So I mean, he wasn't that old, and Mark Hamill's went on to, as far as being a voice actor and doing other things in the Star Wars. I mean, he's one of the most well-known people around. But I think the first 2 movies Luke Skywalker for me was just like, it was just this whiny kid. But I guess Han Solo called him kid and everything else, and that maybe that was his character. But I thought, with somebody else that was that strong with the Force, should have been a little better. I don't know. So I kind of think he was a little overrated, even though I like Luke Skywalker. And if we're saying overrated, I think he was a little overrated with that. So that's mine.
I agree with your Luke take wholeheartedly, and
Yeah, definitely.
this conversation will play again into something else that I'm going to bring up, but we'll cover that in a second. So this is a tough question, even though I'm the one that came up with it, because when you look at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, there's a lot that's missing, and those that have watched the Clone Wars, the Book of Boba, and all that stuff, you see a lot more character development and stuff like that. And in watching just the movies, you look at, and I'll say two names, you look at Yoda and Mace Windu. They both, neither of them really do a whole lot in the actual movies. I mean, Mace Windu, like, and apparently I didn't know this, he's like a very beloved character. I had no clue. Like,
I hate Mace Windu.
Yeah, but there's this thing about Mace Windu.
He should have been amazing. They really did Samuel L. Jackson wrong. He should have, that character should have been awesome. And it was the overacting part. And maybe I'm just like, maybe it's just me, but he was bad in the movie.
Yeah. But elsewhere he's not, and he's awesome.
Oh,
so
I
that's
love
why
Samuel
I
L.
say,
Jackson.
Yeah. Well, I just mean like the character Mace Windu is awesome in other aspects of it.
Oh yeah.
So like I kind of roll with that, and then like Yoda, it's weird to think for 4, 5, 6, being the mainstay, like we've all seen it thousands of times or whatever. Like, look how little he was in those movies, and I don't mean his size. he was not in the movies very much. Now I love the crap out of Yoda, but like it was kind of a bummer for me, like to only see him a little bit, and then
Judge me by my size, you're not.
Right. Yeah. Like the little green thing do. But then he gets to redeem himself. Like in 1, 2, 3, like the biggest pop that I heard inside of a movie theater ever is when he comes out to fight Dooku.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Like the movie theater, all 3 times I went and saw it in the theater, clapped and went nuts for it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Hey, so
it was fun.
So going along with what Young just said there, I know, Sap, you said you haven't watched the first 3, so maybe you can't answer this unless you just make it up. But to a lot of people, and I won't say a lot. This is my personal opinion, so some people may love it. In my opinion, the prequels are the worst of the Star Wars movies. There are good parts, though. There are a lot of good parts in those movies. So I know you've seen them, dude. You've seen them, Young. So I'll ask you too. And so Sapper, you've never seen any parts of those, right?
Now that this might just answer my question or your question for me, but I do remember the Yoda fight.
Okay.
Him jumping off of walls, and it was in a cave, right?
In one of them.
Yeah.
But he was in the Senate fighting in the bottom of it. Yeah.
So I think I've probably watched them, but they were just so uninteresting to me that
they were.
That's why I don't remember the stuff in them. But I do remember. Obviously Yoda's one of my favorite characters in the whole thing. So I remember that just because you're right, Yunk. It was just it was just so awesome seeing him in action.
It was cool. So in those first 3 movies, they really tried to it was at a time when especially Lucas and LucasArts, Lucasfilm, all this really wanted to explore the whole CGI thing to a point where it was stupid. Like if you go back, and I was big on watching how they made the original Star Wars movies and old Star Trek and all that. They used all these models. They hung stuff upside down and filmed it. Like, I mean, it's crazy. For sound effects, they would like, put stuff in cans and crush it and film the audio, make all this stuff. But then when it came to those prequels, they really tried to do all this computer stuff. And it was about 10 years too early to really be turning over to CGI to where it looked 100% awesome. Okay.
Right.
It still looked herky jerky, still looked kind of crazy at points. But what should we talk about next? There's a poll up here. Let me get this before it goes up. Garth Brooks, TJ21's hemorrhoids, anything but Star Wars. We'll explore the hemorrhoids. Shit. I'm voting for that. Kendra had to put that poll up. Or TJ21 himself. I'm not sure. So my question is, so you watched those movies. You watched them a couple years ago there, dude. So in my opinion, not the greatest. However, there are parts in every one of those movies that I thoroughly enjoyed, thought they were fun to watch. Is there anything out of those movies, like a scene that you thought was really awesome in the first three movies, as far as episodes 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, I always thought Darth Maul. I thought that scene was awesome. I do wish they did more with that character for sure, because I haven't watched Clone Wars. I haven't watched any of the animated series, so I don't have the backstory on him. But I was just hooked on his character. But I would agree. Like, I think they're good with like building the story for newbies like me. Like, I can kind of pick up the storylines and see it kind of develop a little bit watching those first three. But yeah, Darth Maul, that fight scene in the first one, it stands out for me.
Yeah, that was really good, man. Did he speak in that movie? Did he have like one line maybe or something?
Three lines.
Yeah, it was,
It was something like that.
Yeah, but he was really good. And like I said before, the whole Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan in those first movies. And the reason we're doing this, guys, obviously we got the Disney Plus movies, or shows rather, and we've got the new Obi-Wan or whatever it's called, Kenobi. Is it called Kenobi?
Yes.
It comes out next Friday. When I say next Friday, not this Friday, the 27th it comes out, I believe. So we're trying to do those. Do you mean watch what Star Wars? Harry Potter, same thing. Well, Harry Potter came out afterwards, Raw Dog. So yeah, but yeah, it's got some premises. I saw those tweets and those what was it, a TikTok on that. Thank you for the shot. So disappointed in you. So yeah, Darth Maul was awesome. It was a shame we didn't see more of him in that episode 1, but it was really good. So I know you talked about the fight Saturday. We've talked about this. Is any of that ringing a bell besides the fight scene? Have you seen any of that stuff? Nope.
I mean, just a council. I remember all the Jedi's meeting.
Yeah.
In a big.
Yeah.
But not much.
You probably just caught like bits and pieces on TV when it's on or something like that. Yeah. So what about you, Young? Anything from those first three?
I'm gonna watch them now.
Yeah. Hey, if you watch them, you just got to overlook. I mean, I'm sorry. There's some stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
That's. I'll talk about Jar Jar Binks into this. I'm going to get my Jar Jar Binks slander in before this is over. But Young, what about you? Any part from 1, 2, 3 that you took away that's actually good, cool?
Yeah, and just real quick, I would give anything to see Darth Maul on the screen again with that. I forget what it was, Ray Parker, one of those Rays. I just, it's such a waste of talent and a character in a movie. And the same thing for Qui-Gon.
Ray Parker.
But easily, and I think this might be my favorite scene of the entire Star Wars canon, whatever you want to call it, the fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Oh yes, it's awesome.
Oh, it's just all the emotions watching that whole thing play out was just nuts. And I even rewatching it, and I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, even rewatching it,
Oh,
Except the third one.
but we still
mean,
love you. But we still love you.
I love the third movie. Actually, might be my favorite out of all 9.
Episode 3, you mean?
Yeah,
Okay,
especially
okay.
because of that scene.
Yeah,
Like,
I was going to mention Toad and X-Men. So Raw Dog said the guy's name is Ray Park. He played Snake Eyes in G.I. Joe and Toad in X-Men.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think the two you said are like maybe musicians. I'm not sure.
I think the Ghostbusters is one of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Nice guy nails it right here. Clone Wars made the prequels a little better. They're still a mess. He 100% is right. And I think that's probably why I feel the way I do, because I'm watching the Clone Wars right now. It does. It makes all that, like, at least the second movie so much better. Just trying to figure out like the timelines and everything like that. But
Right. That's first person. Well, it's not first person. It's one of very few people I've heard say that they thought the prequels were better, and not just better. He said exponentially better than the Disney made movies by George Lucas. I thought all the new movies since Disney took over were like maybe a billion, a bazillion, whatever the highest number possible, better than the prequels. But yeah, it's not even remotely close. And there's more darkness in those than is in the prequels ever thought about. I don't know if you're watching the same movies, Bieka, but that's just my opinion. It's only my opinion. The best Star Wars movie. What we got up here?
He says Disney took the darkness out of the movies. That's what bothered me. You'd never see a Darth Vader force.
Have you watched Rogue One? When they all die, like everybody, you know, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
What the?
What?
He's over there thinking about French fries smothered in sour cream.
Wait a minute. Let's go. What's that about? Let's hear that. I like that.
No.
I mean, can we get some chili and some cheese and sour cream?
I mean, that sounds actually great. Hey,
Listen, she's over exaggerating. I can post a picture of what she considers I'm beginning to question her choice in vocabulary, because she said my French fries were smothered and they were drizzled.
Sour cream and French fries. I don't think I've tried that, but now I think I'm going to tomorrow.
With buffalo sauce.
With buffalo
sauce.
Ooh. Hey. Maybe.
You're fucking. All right, I'm gonna post the picture in the Discord.
Is that better, Kendra?
Fucking tell me this is bullshit.
And I wish somebody else would have said that, like, an hour ago. It'd been great. If the music was higher. Is that better? Much better. Okay, there we go. All right. So, B-Heck, you're allowed to have whatever opinion you want. That's fine. That's fine. But so, hey, I'll ask you guys a simple question. You guys have seen all these movies. Actually, before we get into this last simple question, since B-Hecker brought it up, Disney took over the whole franchise. They got Marvel. Marvel bought Disney. Disney bought Marvel. Disney's, or as far as Star Wars is under Marvel, all that stuff. It's all together now, right? So we got the TV series that they brought out on Disney Plus. I know you haven't watched them all, Yunk, and I know you haven't watched them yet. You said, dude, right?
I did watch them, yeah.
You did watch them. Sap Daddy said watch them. Sap Daddy said watch them. So they're really good. I recommend watching them all. You've got, let's see what you got on there. You got the cartoons, but then you also have, as far as live series, you've got the 2 seasons of Mandalorian. You got the Book of Boba Fett. You've got coming up 27th. You got Obi-Wan coming up. Am I missing something else for Star Wars? I think that's all of them on there.
Yeah, that's all of them.
Yeah, they're top notch. They're as good as the movies, in my opinion. They're really good. Boba Fett there's 7 or 8 episodes. I can't remember, but anyway, the last 3, in my opinion, are like I'm not saying the first ones are bad, but they're a little slow in places, and then the last 3 are really, really good. If you go watch them, we're not going to tell anything about them, but can you turn up? Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I'm glad you guys. Hey, if y'all are in the stream, please don't be don't care to ask that.
An hour later.
Yeah, ask it in the beginning. Absolutely. There you go. Ask in the beginning. But anyway, so my question was this, like, simple question. We talked about games where you could play and like live this out, but let's say it was real life, okay? And when I say real life, we're talking if we were in the Star Wars universe, okay? Not our real life, but in Star Wars. If you were strong with the Force, would you stay with the path of the light or embrace the power of the dark side? Are you going light or dark? Sap, are you going military grade light side or military grade dark side? Let me know if you're a
Military grade light side.
Oh,
I
really?
have
Okay.
to.
Okay.
I have to. I mean, my career in the military was morals and ethics based and doing the right thing and all that good stuff, and it would definitely have to continue. I just couldn't see myself being a bad guy.
Yeah, you always talk about making jokes when we're playing Call of Duty or something about being a squad leader. You know, I could see you if we were real life Star Wars playing out as like one of the clone. I know you haven't seen the Clone Wars, but like one of the leaders of the clone armies or something. There, they have squad leaders in that for the 501st, which if you're not a big nerd, you probably don't know what I'm talking about when I say 501st. But you know what 501st is, Young?
No.
So 501st was the last clone regiment and the first Empire stormtroopers. So they're the ones that were fighting for the Republic, and then when they did the order to switch over to to kill all the Jedi, they switched to fighting for the Empire. So that was them. So yeah, that you watched the if you haven't watched the cartoon series on there, the Bad Batch, you'll see some stuff about them on there. That's what it's about on that's on Disney Plus, I believe, right? The Bad Batch,
Yeah, it is.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's on there.
So that takes place right when that happens, when all of them are fighting, and all of a sudden they give the order to like switch to killing all the good guys. Yeah. Animal says it rocks. Yeah. Oh my God! Is that your emote or Kendra's? I gotta see. Whose is this? It's yours. Oh my God!
it's
Sap Daddy tape.
I got sent that clip the other day on stream.
Oh well, good for you. That's pretty awesome. So Sap Daddy says light side all the way, dude. What do you think, man? And we're not talking about real life. We're talking about we're in the Star Wars universe.
I'm kind of in agreement. I'm staying in the light side. I don't know. I've always been a good guy side of things, so I would definitely stay,
Execute
with like the
Order
Jedi
66.
for sure.
Okay. All right. Yuck, what do you think?
I have a feeling. Yep.
And I know Sap said he had a feeling, but and I think this would probably surprise a lot of people, especially like with the things Roy says about me and whatever. But the whole thing about Anakin being tricked into thinking that he could save Padme because of his mother and stuff like that, I could totally see myself getting wrapped up in some scenario like that, where I get tricked over into going to the dark side, but to try to do things that are good. And that's kind of where I think I would get tripped up. Like I would want to learn to use these powers to save the people that I love, but turns out I got duped.
Um,
That's
That's pretty much it, Animal. That's pretty much the whole story right there. That's pretty much the downfall of the whole Star Wars universe, was that right there. That's pretty much it. Oh, Yunk, I probably couldn't have said it any better than Yunk just said. So I've already said I thought Luke Skywalker was the most overrated character in the first couple Star Wars movies. I've already said, for those of you that follow any of the books or games, that Darth Revan is my favorite character. And Revan was similar to Anakin and Darth Vader. He tried to control the light side and the dark side and like fix things by using those powers. I'm gonna force choke some people. I'm going dark side. They got cookies. Okay,
Oh, no.
I'm there. It's happening. It's happening. Yeah, Sap, are you okay?
I'm good.
Maybe your
I
camera.
got
Your
no
blood.
idea what's going on.
Your
Maybe
blood
it's my
red.
camera.
As long as it's your camera and not you, we're okay. Because you're blood red. As long as you're not getting ready to have a heart incident here. Let's make sure. Oh my god. Oh my god. You all right, bud?
I'm good. Dude.
Oh my god. All right. So
That great question. And I like the fact that we were split. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
so I think
Okay.
as far
But
as
even though you guys both chose the light side, I still love you guys.
yeah. Just we're gonna choke you both, that's all I'm saying. Guys, if you ever played that game I'm talking about, and you ever controlled Force Lightning and brought light, just like the power of they were called Sith sorcerers, and that's what Palpatine is, Lord Sidious, the Emperor. He's a Sith sorcerer with the blue lightning coming out and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm all about that. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, definitely in terms of like gameplay and stuff like that. It's definitely more fun.
Yeah.
to be on the dark side.
It's like he sharded in church. What? How much side do you? We had 75% light side. We didn't have very many answers, but still 75% light side. Military grade. Oh my god.
What we've learned today is that Roy and I are the worst.
Pretty much.
We're the most evil people in XHG.
But they do say, like, as far as if you're playing out, say, a video game where you get choices like that the people who are the best in real life do the worst in the games. So I'm really worried about Dude and Sapper. I'm really worried about them because they're talking about doing all these good things. I think they're atoning for something. I don't know. Maybe all that military grade tape he's got. I'm not sure, but it could be. Maybe why he's turning so red right now, his soul may be going away. I voted dark just because of my dark soul. There you go, South. Oh. Is that
all right?
It's not an XHG Yoda shirt, is it? What's on your sleeve?
Oh, what? Oh,
Another sleeve. Yeah, there is.
Oh, weird.
No. I don't know. No clue?
No clue. There was also a sticker on it that said Neff. And I was gonna look it up, but it was
the brand of the shirt. I'm not really sure, but
I literally bought this shirt an hour and a half before we went live at Kohl's.
I got you. Hey, so one thing I know we talk about all this Star Wars stuff, and Kendra and Taggerjet have both said in chat, and maybe some other people that basically they're just here because we're here, and they have no idea what we're talking about, and this makes no sense, and it's just jargon. And I realize if you're not watching Star Wars, and you're not a Star Wars fan, you're just like, I'm happy that you guys hung out with us because it makes no sense in the world to you, and I'm glad you're here. But so let's talk about something before we get off here that has nothing to do with this. So, dude, I know that some of the people in our community, they don't really know you yet. The people that have been here for a long time do know you. So you used to be part of XHG before we were a stream team, before we were officially a stream team. You took a little hiatus from streaming, came back. I know you play some Madden, some MLB. Well, maybe you don't play Madden anymore. Maybe you're smarter than I am. But I see you playing some MLB on there, some 2K. So tell us a little bit about the hiatus you took from streaming. You're back now, and a little bit of maybe just about you a little bit.
Yeah, it was so I joined XHG. Man, it was like Mad 21, like right as Mad 21 started. So but yeah, just November kind of came around, and we I'm a homeowner, first time homeowner. And we've just had a lot of repairs just happen all at once. So it was just a lot to go through. It's, our furnace went out completely. So we had to get a whole new furnace. We had water damage. We've had to get new floors. It was just all at once. We had a fence blow down. So it was just a lot going on. I was also interviewing for my current job, which was with my dream company that I've been kind of working towards since I graduated college. So I was going through the interview process, dealing with all this home repair, and it was just kind of I need to make some changes. I need to refocus on some things. And I was just kind of in a weird mental place. And I was just like, I'm over social media. Like, I just need a break. So I just disappeared. Definitely was much needed break for sure. I deleted all my social medias. I just kind of focused up, had to learn how to do home repairs, which was, I'm not a handy guy at all. But yeah, so got through all that. We actually just finished up the last project on Thursday, so we're completely out of the water with all of those repairs. But it's been the last 6 months of hell, pretty much. So we've had little things come up as well since then too. So it's been a little just hard to handle. But yeah, that break was much needed. So I got back on Twitter, started getting kind of easing my way back onto Twitch. And I did miss everybody. I miss streaming quite a bit. So I'm glad to be back. It's been an awesome couple weeks being back. And glad to be back on XHG and with a great group of people.
Hey, Casio just typed, it's morphin time. So if you guys don't know, if you haven't been around, dude, you used to, and I don't know if you still do it, but we used to have channel points and do the stream for the Green Power Rangers. Is that still a thing?
I had to retire the suit. The last one Halloween, we busted out of the sides of it. I've definitely a little bit bigger than I was in college, so it was definitely tightened some spots.
Did you say your favorite food was wings? Is that what you said a while ago?
Yeah,
maybe one too many. I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit. COVID 20 definitely got me. That's for sure. But I still have the helmet, but. So maybe we can add that back.
I tell you,
pretty
much the helmet's all you need on stream, to be honest. I mean,
yeah,
if you got a green shirt on in the helmet, I think it would be pretty much that's all they'd see anyway. So, but yeah, it's good times. But man, it's really good to have you back. It's good to have you back on stream. I'm glad that you were able to take that time away, and obviously, that's what's most important. This stuff's just for fun, but
right.
But you're always welcome back here. And if you decide to take another break and come back, you're still always welcome back here. So very glad to have you. So,
but after that one, that's it.
I mean, hopefully I'm here for the long haul. That's for sure. Definitely in a better spot.
I do have a question and maybe sort of a request, but in 23, can we get more Jackie Moon stuff?
Yeah, let's talk about Jackie Moon, actually. Yeah, that's awesome.
That was one of the first things I interacted with you was when you were doing that stuff.
Jackie was actually back this past Monday.
Yep.
He was back a little bit. But yeah, I mean, definitely open to it. I mean, I know he was a fan favorite, that's for sure. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's the route we go.
Oh, my bad that I missed that.
That's awesome. No, all good.
I love that.
In case you guys don't know what we're talking about, that's he does the character. That's the character from what's the movie with Will Ferrell? Semi-Pro. And he's playing NBA 2K in the was it to my player mode? Is that what you play?
Yeah, we do online rec, and I don't even know how many different storylines Jackie has gotten from the chat when we were doing that last year, but it got to be pretty nasty. Some of the things that Jackie was doing in his spare time, but yeah, he's the best or the most manly specimen in the NBA. That's for sure.
That's awesome. That's so funny because recently in the NBA playoffs, he was out there shooting in warm-ups with the Warriors, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Parts of that movie were shot 15 minutes from me.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Awesome. Yep.
Pretty awesome. And then we would be remiss to talk about this. So we'll be honest. When we did, we invite different people to the XHG hangout on Sundays, and we don't have any kind of order in which we're inviting these people. We just come up with some names of people that are in XHG, and we kind of send them out, invite them. Some say they can be here, some say they can't. But when we saw that Sapper was going to come, and we got dude, we were like, hey, the new Star Wars is coming out. Let's the show, the Obi-Wan, the Kenobi. And Sapper's name was Sapper Jedi before, right? Right? Okay. So, and it still is in Discord. I think it still is. Or if you go to Twitter, I believe. So, we're like, well, man, he's probably a big Star Wars guy. Let's do Star Wars show, right? So, Sapper Jedi, Sap Daddy Gaming. Maybe you could tell us about the Sapper Jedi name and how deep of a Star Wars nerd you are and where that name came from.
So in the military, I was 12 Bravo combat engineer, and combat engineers are jack of all trades, masters of none. Mostly deal with like, landmine warfare, demolitions, route clearance, bridge construction, bunkers, fighting positions, all that kind of stuff. So it's called you're just called a sapper. That's kind of the short, call name for what I did in the military. I was a sapper. And after my third deployment to Iraq, I was a platoon sergeant actually at the time.
You were
My
squad leader,
days,
right?
My squad leader days were over. Actually, the platoon sergeant is the next highest position up. And I was actually fulfilling that role as a squad leader rank. I was an E6, filling an E7 position, and had just come down on the E7 list to get promoted and be a platoon sergeant legit. And this was after, again, at the end of, I want to say, CO3, then I went 05, 06, and then 07, 08. So 2007 and 2008 was my last deployment to Iraq before I PCS to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri to become an instructor. And my platoon that I actually had been the platoon sergeant for several years and 2 deployments, they made this like going away, like it's a cloth. It's actually my storage. It's in a shadow box and all that stuff. It's pinned up. But on it says the one and only Sapper Jedi. And I guess they called me Sapper Jedi because I was a master at my job in the military. And so that's kind of where that came from. I was telling this story before we started this. I have it's called a combat vehicle crewman helmet. It's like a shell that goes over. You have this cloth helmet that goes on that's got a speaker system in it and a communication system, and then you've got this shell that goes over the top of that. Wouldn't stop a bullet. I'd probably die if I took one to the brain, but it's more there for safety reasons, hitting your head in a tank or something. But I gave it to one of the guys in another platoon, in the headquarters platoon, and he painted Yoda on the actual helmet, the picture of him like flying straight forward with the lightsaber out to his side, like he was gonna. I'll have to dig it out of storage and bring it on stream one time. But that's where the name Sapper Jedi came from. I guess just my guys loved me and thought I was the best.
We kind of just got lucky that you knew anything about Star Wars at all, right?
Yeah, actually not. I think we talked about this beforehand also. There were a couple of movies growing up that when they came on, I had to be locked in and watch. And, episodes 4, 5, and 6, Star Wars were 3 of those. And the other movie was Grease. And that could be another conversation for another day. But when Grease came on, I had to watch Grease. And when Star Wars came on, I had to watch Star Wars.
I think me and you and Young talked about that, about we all liked Grease, which is awesome but strange.
Right?
It is.
So, in July we'll be doing our Grease themed XHG hangout. So
anybody want? I don't even know what to say. If you want to come on and sing some songs, and for some reason I see Casio being on the show when we talk about Grease. I don't know why, but he just seems,
I agree.
He just seems like that guy. Maybe it's the music background. I'm not sure. Not a greaser. Grease lightning, baby.
To play off the whole Sapper Jedi and not necessarily seeing all of the other movies and stuff like that. So as we were prepping for this, I was talking to Roy. I was like, "Oh man, this is going to be great. We've got like all these different aspects. We've got Roy and Sapper who are like Star Wars nuts and they know everything. And then there's me that's seen everything over the last 30 years or whatever. And then dude's kind of new into it because you just watched everything within the last 2 years. And
Right.
and then the news came out from Sapper.
Stay golden, pony boy. I hear you, Frogman.
True.
Like, that's what I get for assuming things.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
At no point was I like, oh, I should ask Sapper,
Nope.
what do you think of all
We
this?
just assume. Hey, but you did great, man. You did great. We did great talking about it. And I know a lot of you guys in chat really have never seen Star Wars. And I'll tell you what, maybe we should play every single movie in Discord. And it might just be me sitting in there watching them. Maybe we should play them all and just see.
I'm here for it.
Just watch them. And I'll be the first to tell you, if you watch them on chronological order like dude did, some of them are not that great. There's a lot of parts that are not that good, but there's good parts in all of them. Let's say that. And they all do tell the story of, where you get to in the end. I liked all of them. I thought some of them were a lot better than others. Didn't care much for the prequels, but they're great parts in them. I did think the new ones were pretty good. A lot of people didn't like them, I guess.
Did.
B. Hecka said he didn't like the new ones, but I liked those. And we didn't really talk about the ones that are not in the normal order, like the Rogue One, the Han Solo movie. I love those movies. I thought they might have been some of the best Star Wars movies they've made.
Yeah.
Rogue One is maybe one of the best movies Star Wars has made, in my opinion.
I would agree with that, actually.
Yeah.
I loved Rogue One.
Yeah, it's so good. Solo, I don't know if I'd rate it in the top 2 or 3, but I thought it was really good. I really liked it. I did really like it. So, Star Wars Guide on Rotten Tomatoes movies in order. There you go. There you go. So, Frostbite says he loved them all. But yeah, Rogue One and Solo, I thought were really good. Is that the only 2 movies out that are just out there standalone?
It seems like there's more, but yeah.
They talked about doing a Boba Fett, but then they came out with the show, so I'm not sure that there was still a movie. Then they talked about doing a Darth Vader movie, like just about Darth Vader. So I think when that comes out, if they do it right, that may be the movie to end all movies for Star Wars, but we'll see. We'll see. Because, you guys have said about being on the light side, the Darth Vader movie would basically be him trying to wipe out the Jedi, and I don't know how that would go, but I'm here for it. I would love to watch that. Do you think they should start Star Wars over again? No. Definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah. Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, it is good.
And that's the good thing about Star Wars is it doesn't need to be redone because there's so many other stories to tell.
Yeah, there is.
There's so much more.
There is.
I got a question.
All right.
If I may.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I haven't obviously watched any of the series, and I posted the link for how you should watch the movies in order. Do any of the series intermingle with the movies, or is it better to watch them beforehand? Or
so I'm not sure what chronological order Kenobi will fall in, but as far as the 2 that are out there with Mandalorian and Boba Fett, you need to watch both the Mandalorians before you watch Boba Fett. The 2 seasons of Mandalorian before you watch Boba Fett.
Okay.
And to play off of that, so I just got Disney Plus 3 weeks ago, and I rewatched all of the movies, and I watched them in a weird order. Don't ask me why. But once I was done, and I was talking to some other bigger Star Wars fans, and I was told that I need to watch the Clone Wars cartoon first, and then Rebels, I think, is the next thing I'm supposed to watch.
While you're talking, Young, I'll be right back.
Okay. Then I can move on to The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba. So I think that kind of is the essential order if you're going to get into the cartoons and stuff. But I love the Clone Wars. I thought I wouldn't, and it does start a little bit slow at first, but it's getting really, really, really good. And I know that season 7 is like the best season of anything. Wars, and then I'm gonna watch Rebels, and then I'm gonna watch Mandalorian, Boba, then Kenobi. But I mean, I don't
Someone needs to make a guide.
right.
I feel like
Oh,
I
you're
need to watch.
DM,
I need
young.
to watch all the cartoons, man, because I have not watched a lot of those, especially not in order.
Yeah, I haven't either.
And I know the Clone Wars, the Bad Batch, Rebels, and there's a fourth one. Gosh, what is it? I can't even think what it is. There's 4 cartoons. I had them pulled up earlier. Can't think what it is right offhand.
Okay, so AJ says if you're gonna watch Ahsoka when it comes out, I highly recommend watching Clone Wars and Rebels.
Okay, Resistance. That's the other one. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. And I don't know when Ahsoka is supposed to come out. I think it's a little bit. I think we got a little bit still, like a year or two. But yeah, you really like. I talked about her earlier. You get to know her in Clone Wars, and then obviously in Rebels now. And she's my favorite.
Yeah,
she's so freaking cool.
And you'll see her again. It's almost you'll see her again. Of course, they're going to have a show. They're going to have a show. And let's see, who was it? Frostbite, I believe, posted. Let me see. Kenobi falls before episode 4. Okay. So,
Yes.
this is after Clone Wars, before episode 4.
So Kenobi takes place 10 years after episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and 10 years before episode 4.
Okay. Sounds good. Which side are we on? Dark side. Frostbite, episode 1, Phantom Menace. He's got them all in chronological order here. Or that's just when they came out. Or no, or how to watch them, as far as when to watch them.
Are you talking about the link that was posted, or are you talking about what Frostbite just did?
What he just posted. The Phantom Menace, then episode 2, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, then the first 3 movies, Star Wars story, then Solo, a Star Wars story. Okay, that's the order to watch it. Then Rebels, then Rogue One, then New Hope, then Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, then watch Mandalorian, then Boba Fett, and then Star Wars Resistance cartoon, and then episode 7, The Force Awakens, and then so on and so on after that.
Guys got it.
Really? Okay.
I appreciate that.
Okay. Is this the order you watched them in, dude?
I didn't. Yeah, I watched all the movies in that order. I did not watch The Mandalorian and Boba Fett in the order. I watched Mandalorian, right as season 1 came out, right as season 2 came out.
Gotcha.
And then I just finished Book of Boba Fett like maybe a couple weeks ago.
So Night Sky, I think Clone War movie is the only one I've seen. I don't think I've watched a lot of the episodes, like the show. I need to watch that, I guess. Obviously, I've watched bits and pieces because I know my oldest son has watched every one of them, and I think my youngest son has too. So I've seen parts of them on, and I know they watched all the Bad Batch and Rebels. I don't know if they watched Resistance, but the other ones they did.
So AJ, do you mean the Clone Wars movie? Do you mean like episode 2 with Hayden Christensen and stuff, or do you mean because there's a Clone Wars cartoon movie too?
Yeah, I was thinking a cartoon movie. Maybe you're talking about episode 2, or is that 2? Yeah.
And it shouldn't be this confusing.
Yeah, because episode 2 is the animated movie. Okay, that's what I was thinking. The animated movie.
We'll skip the animated movie. Got it.
Just go to the animated series instead. Okay. Light of the Jedi books. What? What is that, Frostbite? Now, Disney, the Star Wars Light of the Jedi books. Guys, just go here and play the game with me, and then we'll all be good. Star Wars: The Old Republic. Let's just go play it. And it happens like 1,000 years before the Star Wars movies in the timeline or something like that, and it's awesome.
Tiger.
It's confusing to y'all, and y'all know this stuff. Hey, so Star Wars is such a vast universe of things. You can't know it all. I mean, I guess you could, but you'd have to be uber nerd city. My son probably knows all of it over there. He probably knows all of that, but not me. What if Jeff Bezos is Palpatine? He could be. He could be. That could be it. Could be it. Knights of the Old Republic is awesome. So, Animal, have you ever played Star Wars: The Old Republic? Not Knights of the Old Republic, but Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Well, while he goes to answer that, I just posted a link for a YouTube page that I just started watching. It's a dude named Star Wars Theory. I mean, he has hundreds of videos about all sorts of different things, and it's some very, very awesome material. So if you guys want to check out something else,
Okay.
check out that YouTube page. I know
Awesome.
Animal and Night Sky both have heard of it before, and they've watched a bunch too. So
I know that Animal says he's never played Star Wars: The Old Republic, and he's a big MMO guy. You're not an MMO guy. Never mind. Okay.
he's not a
So,
big
yeah, massive multiplayer online role-playing game.
Oh, okay.
That's what that stands for.
MMORPG.
That's what it stands for.
Yeah,
That's
no
why.
idea what
That's
it is.
why it's so funny to me when a lot of you guys in Madden, Stoney, I love you, but you sometimes put this as your title, and you put LFG in capital letters, boys and girls. To me, that is looking for group, which is what you do in MMORPGs.
Yep.
LFG is looking for group. That's what you literally type in chat. You type in capital LFG. I am tank with this gear score, LFG. And every time I read that, I have to read it out loud in my head. Looking for group, yada yada, whatever you write after that. And a lot of times you write something I don't want to read after looking for group. You're weird, not us.
What is it?
Hey, yes,
I don't know. I don't know how to say his name. Audacious. He's in the general chat in the XHG.
Okay.
He just posted a picture that we're featured on the recommended smaller stream communities.
Oh, awesome. That's pretty cool.
So that's
We're on
pretty
the
cool.
recommended channel for Twitch for communities. Okay. Awesome. That's pretty cool. Where's the thousands of people that should be in here? I'm not even.
Right?
Of course, to be honest, guys, I have no idea if there's. I mean, I know the like 10 people that keep talking in here. I have no idea how many people's in here. So I don't think we've had a raid tonight, unless I missed it. We've had a lot of people hanging out. I have no idea if there's 5 people, 50 people, 2 people. I don't know. I kind of learned a long time ago to stop looking at that crap because it's not important. It's important the people that are in here talking and the people that are in here communicating. And Kendra, Tiger Jet, and some other ones in here that have just no love for Star Wars, have never watched it, could care less. You guys were in here, whether you were like just trolling or talking or whatever it was, and I give you props. I said this before earlier in the stream, but just thank you guys for hanging out. It's awesome. And a lot of you have no idea. You don't like Star Wars, but we decided to do this show like this tonight. And it was all because of Sap Daddy's live being a Jedi. So it's basically so blame him. It wasn't really a lie. He's got a lot better story than a made up story of Star Wars. So, he earned that name where we're talking about fictional characters on a movie. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, actually. But yeah.
The next time Animal's going to be on, we're going to talk about zoos and or maybe the Muppets.
The Muppets would be. That'd be great. That'd be amazing, actually. But I have a feeling that Dallas wanted to play Star Wars: The Old Republic with me, and I even posted some characters in chat and all this, and downloaded the game again. And I never really played it. But I tell you, if some of you wanted to play it, I'd be down for it.
I will look into it for sure.
Yeah, it's a cool game because you can play it by yourself and just like level a character and do the storyline and never worry about the in-game stuff and just get the awesome story of Star Wars. Even though we would kind of be like playing together on the same server. I'll tell you guys what server I'm on and I'll load it back up because I'm kind of interested to start a new character over and like just start from the beginning. And,
this is all going way over my head now.
Yeah, I'll show you. If you never played an MMO, it's definitely different. But I will tell you this: if you get excited and something cool happens, do not go into general chat, which goes out to every single person on the planet you're on, and type in LFG. I just did this, because that is looking for group, not let's effing go. Okay, that is looking for group, and this is it's just not cool. Okay, it's just not cool. But anyway, tomato face. Yeah, we don't know why Sapper's so red up there. I think he might have had one too many gummies. I'm not sure, or it could just be the lighting. I'm not sure what's going on.
I just assumed I kept pissing him off.
No, he's laughing. No, his mouth is blood red too.
Gummy the hell up, dude.
His mouth is blood red too. Do you have a blood pressure cuff that you can check yourself?
No, I don't. I'm good. It's time to go for a run. Let's go.
It's probably not. I probably would not try to do that. All right, guys. We're gonna rate out here again, dude. Sap Daddy, thank you guys for coming on the stream tonight. And I appreciate it. Dude, glad to see you back. Sap, glad you joined XHG there. I don't know how long it's been, maybe a month or so ago, but
appreciate the offer.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to have you around, man. You've been very supportive in people's streams, hanging out with us, and always a good laugh. You saw the emotes earlier from the military grade duct tape there. In case you don't know the story behind that, you just have to go to one of Sap's streams to understand. I don't know. Or check out some clips. I think it was on Kendra's stream. Maybe go to Kendra's channel and go through her clips if she hasn't deleted them, and you'll find that on there. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, so as far as streaming goes, oh yeah, go ahead, Young.
Oh, you're going right into it. You're good.
Okay. As far as streaming goes, dude, what's your schedule streaming?
So it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights, like 10:30 p.m. It's usually when my wife goes to sleep. She's a nurse, so she usually, crashes out at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So usually I hop on like shortly after that, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Is that Eastern time, Central time?
Eastern, yep. Eastern.
Okay.
Yep.
What about you, Sap Daddy?
Ooh, I kind of stream when I want to, but I have a templated schedule of Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 to 9. I'm waiting on another person that's a content creator for the WWE Champions game that I play to get partner on Twitch so that I don't poach any viewers from her while she it's kind of her full-time job. I don't need it to be my full-time job, so right. I'm defaulting to allowing her to maybe get some more exposure. Once she makes partner, I'm going to try to go Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 Eastern.
Okay.
Do you want to just kind of briefly talk about what WWE Champions is real quick?
I mean, yeah, the it referred to as Candy Crush for men, I guess. It's an app on Apple or Android. You get WWE superstars, wrestlers. You break gems, fill moves. The moves cause damage and do things. And the object is to take all the health away from your opponent and pin him, or cause enough damage for him to not be able to kick out of the pin with their gem breaking. So it's that. And I've been playing it for probably about 5 years.
How do you stream that? Do you play that through something on your computer? Do you have your phone hooked up? How's that work?
So there's a couple of different Nox player and BlueStacks.
I've used BlueStacks,
yeah, sort of like emulators where you can pull through the Google Play Store and download it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always been interested in how that happens, and your layout is actually really freaking sweet.
It is
when you have it up.
Appreciate that. Thanks.
Especially with your logo too. And just a little bit for everybody else, if you're wanting to see Sapper content, he's in a lot of other people's streams playing COD quite a bit too, so you can catch him on there too.
Yep. If you want to click that clip that Kendra just put in there, you can check him out a little more than you probably ever wanted to. So you can check that. It's already had 93 views. Surely we can get that to 100 by the end of the stream. I mean, we can get 7 more in there for the squad leader. Oh, and dude, you're playing MLB, right? And
right now is a lot of MLB The Show. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm not very good. I swing at everything, but it's just really fun, man. It's just a lot of offline grinding, which is a little bit different than Madden. I think Madden, solos are real easy, but MLB, there's just so much to it, so much content constantly dropping. So trying to stay on top of that, but it's really the first year I've really dove into it. But yeah, having a really good time with it. And then just a little bit of MLB the show or NBA as well on occasion. That's probably the game I'm the best at. But it's not for everybody, but it is a good time sometimes to pull out Jackie and just get kind of nasty with the chat a little bit. But yeah, as of right now, that's kind of how it is. And who knows? We might make a Madden comeback. I haven't played online Madden since October.
Wait a minute. Have you not played Madden since you beat my butt?
That was actually the last time that I played. When Animal
He's like, I got
crushed
Yunk,
me.
I'm out.
Animal crushed me in that tournament with Silent Ninja, and I never came back.
Wow.
But yeah, that was actually the last time I played Madden. Was
That's
that night? I
crazy.
just kind of had enough. But yeah, so we might come back to it. I have like some ideas of like a series if I could maybe do to make it fun, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of
I love that. That's a good way to go.
Yeah, Joker's probably the best one I've ever seen who tries to like inject different things to do into Madden and make it fun, like whatever it might be, playing with a horrible team, or he makes so many touchdowns, and you pick like you can buy this many cards, things like that. We're to a point in Madden now where you got golden tickets just came out, you got the training variety pack. I think more people are having fun trying to pull cards than they are actually playing the game, though.
Yeah,
So,
it's that time of year.
Yeah, it
Yep.
is.
Yep.
It is. All right,
Absolutely.
Mr. Dan, 3 a.m. and you're out of here. All right, Dan. I was just here to raid you too. Too bad you're out. Okay. Too bad you're out. Nah.
Good night, grapefruit and bananas.
I tell you what, we are going to pull up a raid right now, guys. I appreciate everything. Is there anything else you want to go over, Yunk? Are you good to go?
Yeah, one thing
Okay.
I want to say real quick is to all everybody, feel free to reach out to either Roy or myself if you have ideas for future shows, or whether you would be included and be on them along with the ideas, or just in general. We do have a channel in the Discord where you guys can put your ideas in there. But if you have something that you want to come on the show with and talk about, definitely reach out to us, and don't be shy, because we'll reach out randomly to people, and we have some ideas here and there, but we're pretty much open to anything and everything. So don't be shy with your thoughts or ideas and coming on the show. I do have a handful of people that are going to be on the show over the next month or so, but they're spread out, so there's slots open and everything. So but yeah, don't be shy.
Joker has mentioned this, I don't know how many times, about doing conspiracy theory
Right.
show. So, Joker, this is my question to you. When can you tell me or Young when you can be on the show, and we'll make that happen, and we'll do a conspiracy theory show. Because I feel like if we're going to do that, that's your idea. You need to be on here.
Yep.
So
And he's one of the people on the list that I spoke to over the last couple of weeks. So
yeah. So I think that would be a really good one. And we could do that. Let's we got to try to keep it not too heated, I guess, but we could definitely unsolved mysteries, Mythbuster, conspiracy theory, whatever that might be. Smarter that might be. We might have to ban people while they're live in the chat. I'm not sure, but we could do that. Depends on what kind of conspiracy theories we get into. But
right.
Well, we're going to rate out here, guys. We are going to send this to our guy who's playing. They play Rainbow Six on Sunday nights. And we got Namfire, who is currently playing Rainbow Six. In case you guys don't know Namfire and Sevi, Namfire's getting ready to move down to, I believe, she live in Washington, Seattle area. I think it is. Anyway, moving down there with her. He lives in Alaska. They're moving right now. He's moving right now, not both of them. That'd be bad if they both moved, wouldn't it? But anyway, they're going down there, or he's going down there. So he's playing Rainbow Six right now. If you guys don't know Nam, get in there. Maybe give him a follow if you got a follow to give. Hang out for a minute, say hi, all that good jazz. But I appreciate everybody. World Records are going to have a World Records show. We could do that too. I think that's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all. But anyway, XHG Survivor. Ooh, we're going to vote you off. TJ21 voted off the island. I can already see it going on.
He's not even getting on the island.
Yeah. I think you get voted off. But anyway, we're going to rate out. So again, dude,
He's not a threat.
Sap Daddy, thank you guys for hanging out with me and Yunk. I appreciate it. Yunk,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you as always for hosting the show. Great job.
So much fun, you guys.
You guys that don't know about Star Wars, get educated. It's not education, actually, but watch Star Wars, okay? Peace out.
Bye.
Did I rate out? I don't even know if I rated.
You did.
Yeah,
you
it
did.
went. You guys, thank you.